We hear a lot of people say the system. Can you define what the system is?
Wow. My point of view of the system might be a little jaded, but I can give you an example of something. A kid comes outside, teenager, 15. He decides he wants to smoke weed. He's walking down the block, he gets stopped, they pull him over, want to search you. We searching, stop and frisk allegedly is illegal, but it still happens every single day in Brownsville, and I'm sure in other communities as well. But they go in his pocket, they find a bag of weed. Prior to this day, this kid has never been in trouble with the police. So now he's going down to the precinct. His name is going to be in the precinct now, right? So this police officer is no longer on the street for a couple of hours because they're going to make this time work, right? He's going to go in the precinct, so now they're looking at overtime, especially if it's going towards the ending of the shift. So now for this $5 bag of weed this kid may have in his pocket, we're going to start paying how many officers overtime now. From the precinct, he's going to go to central booking. So now from the police, we're going into the court systems. So for this $5 bag of weed, I want us to keep that in mind. Now he's transferred over to the correction officers. So now the correction officers have work to do now because we brought this kid in for a $5 bag of weed. So now the correction officers, they process him, they get him going upstairs to see the judge. Prior to him seeing the judge, he meets with a lawyer. Now we bring in a lawyer. The lawyer's going to speak to him. Oh, it's your first offense. I probably could get you out of here tonight. Don't worry about it. There's a DA who's going to be answering questions and asking questions with this lawyer that you just met. So now we have a DA that's being paid. So we bring him out there. There's another court officer now, not corrections, but a court officer who's going to escort you from the back to the front. $5 bag of weed. Now, this is what we're spending. Taxpayers, your money, my money as well. I pay taxes now, right? He gets in front of the judge. The judge needs to be paid as well. So all of these things are going on for a $5 bag of weed, but the kid's life has been changed forever now because his name is in the system. There's people we know, of course, who's been picked out of lineup falsely, right? But his picture now can be put in the lineup because he's been arrested for a $5 bag of weed. This kid may never get in trouble again, but for that $5 bag of weed, he's susceptible to being picked out of a lineup and all types of different things. The system, as we see it, we know that it works for those who have money, and we know that it doesn't work for those who don't have money. So we understand that there is a need for justice. We understand that certain things need to be dealt with in a certain kind of way. But when you send a kid to Rikers Island for a $5 bag of weed, there's all types of trauma and mental and different things that they're going to go through that they will have to deal with for the rest of their life. The system is unfair, and especially in communities that's populated with people of color.
Oh, well, my name is Anthony Green. I come from Ocean Hill, Brownsville, which is a very beautiful area. I was raised by both parents on Saratoga Avenue. I had a beautiful childhood. You know, I never really, suffered or nothing like that. People loved my family loved me. Had a lot of community around me that loved me and did a lot of things. So I'm a young man that went through the struggle. As you will learn, things went well to a certain point.
Well, Anthony called me on the phone and said, "Mommy, I'm in jail." And I said, "You in jail?" I said, "What are you in jail for?" And I'm thinking that Anthony probably in jail for doing something stupid in the street, never for what I went and found out.
I was angry. I was angry when I heard he was going away because I love him. This is my big brother, and he's not going to be there. I didn't understand the prison system and, what the process was that Anthony would be going through, but we knew that we loved him, we were always going to love him, and we will be here for him no matter what.
Family to me is community, is love, is support, is being there for each other, is happiness.
As a mother of an African-American son, I tried hard with my son, and it really didn't work because of the streets. We need fathers, men listen to men, and I think a lot of little brothers want their fathers.
So with the system right now, we have a lot of males being ripped out of the fabrics of their families and their communities, which leaves a void.
Before I came into Anthony's life, he served close to 30 years in jail. This dated back to murder back on September 22nd, 1987. Back in those days, if you remember, New York City was going through a crack cocaine epidemic. And there were task forces formed by the authorities to go after and lock people up as much as they could. If you remember some daily news headline from those days, it said, "Do something." That was to the mayor. It was a challenge. People were losing their faith in the system and the politicians were going crazy.
We know that without order you have chaos. So we understand that you have to have police. We understand that it has to be a system. But unfortunately, we do know that with anything, you have flaws. And when you have flaws, sometimes the consequences to those flaws are deadly and they are hurtful, and the impact is just, you can't fix it.
This is to my grandparents and my great-grandparents and my godparents that I love them, and I love them deeply, and then I made it. Despite everything, that I'm here. You know, I'm not gonna apologize for crying or whatever, but it is what it is, and I made it through the struggle. I'm gonna do the right thing. Thank you for caring for me. I'm sorry you couldn't be there, but I'm here now and I'm gonna do the right thing. And thanks for never giving up on me.
The fact that you asked this question, you know, is race a factor? I mean, it astounds me, because how could it not be?